Good morning and welcome to a brand new video. We start the day off at the SM Mall. It's got big windows in this one, so it's letting all the fresh air in, so it's actually really cool. It's not too warm, but we've got nice views across the city from where we are. It's different to a lot of the other malls I've been to in the Philippines. This reminds me a bit more of Greenbelt in Makati, and we've made up to the top floor of the SM, which has got like an open air viewing deck where you've got nice views. You can look over the city. There's like a little lake over there in the distance. See everywhere around you. It looks a bit like Candy from up here. You've got the views across everywhere. It's also really high and it's quite cool as well. It's quite comfortable being outside here. You don't get too sweaty. It's like being in air conditioning all the time. But up here you've got a few restaurants, there's bars, there's a couple of shops up here. And it's all open air up on the top floor as well. It's all really cool. And it's time for us to leave the shopping mall and head to the next spot of our tour. We've got the parking paid for. You have to remember to keep the ticket with you so they can give you one of these tickets. They charge 50 pesos for a standard parking ticket, as long as you don't lose it. But I left it in the car, so I have to go back and get it. But the mall's definitely worth a visit if you're coming to Baguio. We've got a nice viewing deck from the top. You see all over the city, all the mountains in the background, which is really nice. It's definitely worth a visit just to go to the viewing deck and have a look across the city and get a better idea of where you are. But for now, it's time for us to get back in the car and go to our next place of our tour of Baguio. Stop number 2 of our tour of Baguio is the Mansion House. This was an old house that was built, I think it was during the occupation, the Japanese occupation, and was also home to whatever it says on the sign over here. I can't remember what it says, but the sign says all. It's a really nice looking old building. Had the American general here. I think also the Filipino president lived here for a while. It's got like a massive garden, big fences around here. There's not much parking when you come around to visit, so you've got to park sort of down the road. There's people parking, you can't park along the road. But there's also like a nice little park across the road from here. We've got little ponds, looks like little water fountains as well, but none of that's on at the moment. There's also a lot of little stalls along the road when you're walking up from the car parking area. But now it's time to head back to the car and carry on with our tour. Next stop is Mind's View. And we've arrived at the Mind's View Park. We've just got to the viewing deck. There's a 10 peso entry fee to get into the park, and it's only a short walk down a hill and then you get to the viewing deck, which is sort of hidden around the corner. We've got views all across Baguio. See everything across the city. Are really high up in the mountains where we are at the moment, and it's definitely worth coming here and having a look at the views. There's a lot of shops and stalls on the main road, and there's parking just at the top, so it's easily accessible by car. I think there's like jeepneys and stuff that also bring you here. It must be the best place in Baguio to come for the views. Definitely worth it, 100%. while we're here at the viewing deck, they had a place where you can dress up in the local outfits. So we have to take the opportunity to put on the costume. We've got Reg dressed up as a native Baguionian. Comes with the hat. We've got the medal. I've also got the nice viewing deck behind me still. Can't miss out on the opportunity to put on this costume, but now time to take it off and give it back to the man. Well, Reggie's going to do a little dance. What's your suit, sir?
Finish?
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Done already.
Sorry. Thank you, cheers. Now it's time to head out of here and then go to our next place of our tour. We're arrived to our next stop of our tour of Baguio, and we've come to Camp John Hay, which I think is a bit higher than where we were in the other parts, because you can definitely feel the coolness in the air. The humidity feels like it's dropped, the sweating is definitely gone from how it was before. And I've got so many pine trees around here. It's almost like being at home again. It's pine trees as far as you can see. And then where we are at the moment, I think it's quite a big area. We've got like picnic benches everywhere. There's like a banner you can rent out and stay here for the day. We've even got like a go-kart track over here. And we've got some old building right in front of me that looks like it used to be, oh, it says it's a toilet. But it's quite a nice area. There's a lot of hotels around here. There's a couple of places where you can stop, and they've got restaurants. There's Starbucks, Army Navy, a pancake house, and a little bit somewhere over there in the distance. And there's hotels scattered all over the place. It's a really big area. I think it's I think it used to be like a US Army base, which they then turned like a national park. And it's a really nice area. It's definitely worth checking out this place, coming up here and having a look. It's very different to Baguio. It's got the whole alpine theme around here. I can see why, because of the chilliness in the air and how different it is to the rest of the Philippines, especially where everywhere's so hot and tropical. Then you come up here and it's so cold in comparison. But it's a really cool place, definitely worth coming for a visit and seeing what it's like for yourself. After the long drive from Camp John Hay, and got to the Old Diplomat Hotel. It was built during the American occupation and with the Spanish, and then it was used during the Japanese occupation as well. And then after then it was used as a mental institution. So it's got a lot of history, this building. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted places here in Baguio. And you definitely see by the design of the building, it's really, really creepy. Unfortunately, you can't get inside, the doors are closed. So we can walk over. We've got the locked doors. Be a cool place to go inside and explore. There's a water fountain just over there. And it seems like a pretty big building. Pretty dilapidated. I don't think it's been used in a long time. But it looks like there's some kind of building work going on. There's a lot of people that come up here and visit it. It's very busy. I've walked the whole way around the building, but there's no ways of getting inside this place. Every single door is locked. But it looks so cool from the outside. Sort of like it's just been left from when the last people were using it. I think it was in like the 90s possibly when it was last being used as a mental hospital. It's a really, really creepy old building. Somewhere I wish I could get in there and have a look, but there's definitely no way of accessing it. We've got the old cross on the top, and apart from being a creepy old building, it's definitely a good place to get some nice views of Baguio. Definitely highly recommend. One place you've got to come and see. Something different. Definitely worth the trip up here. And that concludes our tour of Baguio for the day. We went to quite a few places. There's so much to see here. There's so much that we didn't get time to go and see, such as the strawberry fields, because they grow strawberries here. I think it's like the only place in the Philippines that actually grows strawberries. And there's also a little village that's got these beautiful coloured buildings, but we never got around to doing that. The traffic got really busy when we were trying to get up to the Old Diplomat Hotel, so that took a long time to get up there from the city centre. Everything that we did is definitely worth, if you're in Baguio, all those places. It's a cool city to come and see. It's so different to everywhere else in the Philippines. Even in the evening, the rain started coming down. It got so cold. You know, you think you're in a different country compared to what it's been like in Siargao and Boracay, where it's been absolutely scorching. You come up here and it's so high and the temperature's so different, you feel like you're in the UK. Before I end the video, I thought I'd give you a quick tour. Before I end the video, I thought I'd give you a quick tour of the room we're staying in, which is in the Greenwater Village area of Baguio. And this room was relatively cheap. It was on Airbnb. And in our room, we've got 2 beds. One bed that's covered in all our stuff. Another bed that I've currently got my laptop on. We've got the bathroom, which has got a sliding door. We've got our sink, toilet, and a shower area. Shower's pretty warm. Can't complain with the shower. But anyway, we leave Baguio tomorrow and we start heading up to Vegan, which I believe is about a 3 to 4 hour drive from where we are. So make sure you check into the next video when we leave here and head to Vegan. So we'll see you in the next one.